You said that you took some parts that you'd already written and inserted them into this new draft, but you effectively, it sounds like then, started from 0 words again on a deadline. My goodness.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm lucky because I used to have a full-time day job, but I no longer do. So when it turned out that I was going to have to do all this work, I was able to do it. It wasn't a matter of whether I was going to be able to do it, but just how. Figure out basically what word count I needed to hit every day to hit
Mm.
my deadline, and then just making sure that happened. So what I ended up doing is that I figured out I think I needed to write or rewrite or process 2,500 words a day, which for me is a lot. I know for some people it might not sound like that much, but my usual daily word count is much closer to 1,000 words, maybe 1,500 if I'm towards the end when it's easier.
Yeah.
But this was a marathon amount for me. And so what I did was, at the time I was living in Manhattan on the Upper West Side, I became a member of a library that is on the Upper East Side. So on the other side of Central Park. And so every day of work, basically, not every day, sometimes I worked from home, but every once in a while I would, put my backpack on and cross the park and go to the library, which is lovely.
Yeah.
And then the library has quite Spartan rules about what you're allowed to bring, which is basically you're allowed to bring water and that's it. You can't even bring coffee, no snacks, nothing. And of course, it's the library, so you can't really do anything. And so you're sitting there and you're either drinking water or writing. And
Right.
drinking water gets old quite quickly. So that's how I did it. And that's how I got it done. And it was a really good environment. I love that library, actually. It's in a former home of someone, I guess, on the Upper East Side when people still could have like houses in New York City, and it was a beautiful place, but it served me at a really intense time in my writer's life.
Yeah. No, you'd say that number, it always makes me think back to like school essays. That was always the a bit more than school essays, and thinking of churning, well, not to be, doing that work every day to me
Yeah.
is, yeah, wow, that's quite a lot.
To me, as a journalist, if I got to write 3,000 words for a piece,
Sure.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't churn that out in a day.
Hmm.
Even as a journalist. And when you're a journalist, you're quoting people. So that writes a chunk of your word count for you.
Yes.
And even that is a multi-day like endeavor. So no, it was definitely a challenge and I'm glad I did it, but I am glad that it's